Okay, hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm just going to be giving my immediate reaction of that DC fandom that just happened, the 2021 one, the second one. And this time I actually watched the whole thing, all 4 hours of it, which I didn't actually this morning I didn't even know it was happening today. I've been looking forward to it for ages, but I never actually knew the complete date. I didn't really look properly. And now I just saw it this morning. It was just, and I thought, what? I saw loads of things for DC fandom on like Reddit and stuff. I was like, wait, is it today? And then I realised it was like 2 hours away from from when I saw that. So I got my TV set up, or my little monitor thing set up, and put on YouTube and all that, and did the countdown, tidied up my room bit, so I could be all prepared and in mindset for it. And it was good. it Okay, so the whole thing as a whole, I feel like a lot of it was stuff I was not interested in, stuff that I found I didn't really like that much. I'm mainly the CW stuff and some of the comic book stuff that I'm just not too well about. I like comic books, but there's only a few certain series I mentioned, like Batman and what's it called, Black Label and stuff like that. Stuff that just interests me more. And they're small stories that I can understand. I don't have to know a complete full-on storyline that I just don't have time to read, even if I want to. But the whole thing as a whole, it was pretty good. It's definitely some bits I did not like as much as the CW stuff, which I think I just mentioned. Yeah, I don't like that. I used to be really into Arrow, like crazy into Arrow. Like he was one of my favorite heroes at one point. I was like buying only action figures for Arrow at one point. I think I have quite a few. I even have one of my only DC Icons figure I had for ages until I got Harley Quinn recently was Green Arrow, just because I love the show so much, even though that's a completely different design. I just loved it so much. Then I got really into the Flash show. I watched it for quite a while until, even when I was younger, I've gone to like, I think I got past the third season actually, and realised, oh geez, this is this is repeating, and this is so formulaic, whatever that word is. I can't pronounce it, but it just, yeah, I have a few figures of that as well, and I just didn't. And now I've tried to rewatch it recently. Not good. it's just not good in my opinion. I don't like those shows. I think they're all cheaply made, and I wish they would be. I know some people like them, but I wish they would just be cancelled now, because we're getting bad interpretations of these characters when, like, some of these are first interpretations of characters in live action, and where I wish we could just get proper TV show ones like they're doing with Peacemaker and all those Marvel Disney Plus shows and stuff like that. But yeah, anyway, so the big thing from this, I'm just going to go straight onto it, is the Batman trailer. It's been literally under 10 minutes since I watched it. Oh my god, it was it was so good. It really was just so good. I really really liked it. I can't even go over it properly now. I'm just really into it. That last shot right at the end when he was walking and it was sort of upside down, because I assume that the car Penguin, I think, was in, flipped, and he's just watching Batman walking through the fire after the Batmobile comes out of the flames after Penguin, I guess, assumed he got him and beat him. Where he just walks out. So okay, so for me, The Dark Knight is the one I always say is my favourite Batman movie. I know that's one that everyone says, but I think it's probably the best Batman movie, but it's not the best sort of comic book Batman movie. For me, that is either the original Batman. Batman Returns is really good, but it probably isn't my favourite, even though it's definitely up there in Batman films. Definitely Ben Affleck ones. No offense to Ben Affleck. I wasn't too into him, but yeah, and then was it Batman 1988, 1989? 1989, I think it is, yeah. That's one of the other ones I would say is my favourite. Sometimes there's been a lot of times where that and The Dark Knight are definitely right next to each other on which one I like the most. Anyway, so I have to admit, this Batman movie, it's right away, I think I just decided this is my new favourite Batman design in live action. It is, it's truly awesome. Every time I see it on screen, it just, even though it looks so different than stuff we've seen in comic books, it looks like a comic book comes to life. I mean, that's the reason I love that 1889 movie so much, because it looked like, even though it came out before Batman anime series, it just looked like the animated series, and so many comic books come to life with just everything about it. It felt better. Like The Dark Knight, it had really good story, really good acting, and all of that, and really good cinematography. It didn't look like Batman the same way you think Batman should look. It didn't look like a comic book come to life. It looked like its own thing. That was just really cool. And this Batman, it looks like comic book comes to life, but its own thing. Like, it doesn't look like any particular comic, or it's taken inspiration from lots of different comics, but like it's just its own thing, and I really really love it. It's taken lots of inspiration from the animated series, I think, which is cool. And overall, I'm just super excited for it. I think it's going to be really cool. Anyway, so I think I have my mum outside. Anyway, so I just want to quickly go over. I got my new figure. Here is Harley Quinn. This is the one from what's called Arkham Knight. This is a figure I've wanted for years. Like, this is my new favourite Harley Quinn. I only have two Harley Quinns really properly out of these sort of scale figures. It's this one and the Icons one, and that one I got recently as well because I really wanted it. Oh, I also have the anime series one, but it's the one that came in the Mad Love 2 pack, so it's a bit different. Anyway, it's really nice. It looks like a very human version of Harley Quinn. Like, I love McFarlane figures, but I have to admit, DC Collectibles, I don't know, I can't say they're better. I mean, it's so hard. They both do different things differently, so I think there's a lot of figures that McFarlane have done that I think are just way better, and stuff that DC Collectibles couldn't do. There's also a lot of stuff like this that I don't think that McFarlane could ever do. I'm sorry, they cannot do figures like this. They cannot do human face sculpts. No, they can do comic face sculpts quite well, especially like the form ones and stuff. But actual on its own face sculpts with no mask or anything around it, and especially it's from a live action movie like the Harry Potter, Princess Bride, and especially those god awful Witcher ones we've recently seen, out of the live action ones at least. They're just, oh god, they're bad. He needs to sort those out. They're definitely so much worse than like what Marvel Legends and Hasbro are doing, which are actually really good face sculpts. Anyway, for the actually we did actually get some news on McFarlane today. We got some news on the McFarlane and DC Direct partnership. He was going through all the stuff they're carrying on. They're carrying on the Black and White series. They're also carrying on the Harley Quinn, whatever it's called, series. I forgot what it's called, and that's cool. I only really have one statue. I have one black and white statue. One of the more smaller ones is a Batman, and I quite like it. It was one I think I got quite a while ago just because it was quite cheap at the time. But I do like it. I would like to collect more of them. They are quite expensive, but I mean, if I had the money, then I would have quite a few of them. But I don't. But anyway, that is cool that he's carrying them on. I was hoping that he was going to say they were going to carry on animated series figures, because I don't have hardly any of them, but so it's definitely something that I'm going to collect at some point. I'm going to try and go back and get some of the older ones, because I do love the animated series a lot. Anyway, so that was cool, and to see Todd McFarlane just randomly appear in the DC fandom, yeah, that I wasn't really expecting. Sorry about my spots on my nose and my mouth at the moment. So yeah, that's puberty for you. And anyway, what else did I like about the show? Oh yeah, of course, Black Adam right at the beginning. Like, that was a really good way to use sort of the first proper opening for me. Like, I got really excited for that. Like, that game, out of all the movie stuff they showed today, that was definitely, I think, second for me. You could say a lot. I know a lot of people say Flash. The Flash, the movie, The Flash, not the stupid CW show that is absolutely bad, in my opinion. I've always been worried about this movie. I've really been worried about this movie. I think a lot of people are really excited for it, and seeing stuff like Michael Keaton again. I am looking forward to seeing Michael Keaton again, just because I like Michael Keaton, and I love the '89 Batman and Batman Returns. I've always been worried about the movie though. It seems like they're adding more and more characters every few seconds, and just changing things up, and adding such big stories like that. They're doing Flashpoint. Why? I'm annoyed. Why are they doing Flashpoint? It's his first proper Flash movie, and the last one movie he's been in has only been Justice League, which even the Snyder Cut I wasn't 100% into, even though a lot of people love it. I did like it. It was way better than the normal one, but yeah. But I did like it though. I really did like it. I'm happy they're not going. I'm definitely not a restored Snyder Cut person. I like that they're doing their own thing, DC now. Yeah, I'm worried about it, and I saw the footage we've seen. I'm even more worried about it. I think it didn't look great. I didn't like the actual suit was quite nice. The mask was very bulky and looked a bit off, but I could give it a chance. I definitely did like it in a certain type of weird way. Definitely not what I was expecting though for a mask. I thought it was going to be a bit better. It looked a little cheap, even though it wasn't. I guess we only saw it really in the dark, so it's hard to see. But yeah, I just it's hard to explain. I just didn't really like the look of it. It didn't. This is something that when I was watching it, I was more filled with worry than like, oh my god, this is happening. They're doing it really well, and I really hope that I'm wrong. That in the movie it will actually be done really well. I'm looking forward to seeing a proper trailer, like a full length one, at some point, and all that. It was cool to see. Let's go on to the next thing because I don't want to rant about that for ages. Go on to the next thing. It was cool to see more of Harley Quinn season 3. Of course, there's very early development, so it was kind of sad not to see proper footage, but it's cool to see that because that show I'm really liking. We saw not any actual stuff because it's very extremely early stages, but for the new Batman Capes Crusaders show, I think it's called. I am extremely. That's the thing that I was second most looking forward to on this DC fandom, except from the actual Batman movie. And I think even though we didn't see much about it and like actual artwork or anything like that, I still feel pleased with what they sort of talked about. You see, there's a lot of love going to show, a lot of stuff I'm excited for. Well, one thing they did say was they wanted to do some darker stuff with it. Like they said, they couldn't do darker stuff with the original Batman animated series. But then they said that it's going on to Nickelodeon as well. I was expecting it just to go on HBO Max or wherever it will go in UK for me. But I thought that was a bit weird. But I'm hoping they will definitely do the darker stuff. They will definitely do the stuff they weren't able to do back then. He says, even though it's a different storyline and stuff, it's not connected to the Batman anime series. It's still going to be very much like that in the terms of what they're going to try and do, and they're going to just sort of reinvent it, start it again from his sort of Batman's early years before he's made all these relationships with all his Bat family and stuff. It's Batman alone in Gotham, which for me is my favourite type of Batman. The Batman who's alone, doesn't have his Bat family yet, even though I do like some of the Bat family, not all of it. I'm just really excited for that. I think that's all the worthwhile things. I mean, they showed a bit of Aquaman 2, which looked fine. It looked like what they did with the first Aquaman, but new and a bit darker, which was cool. I did like the first Aquaman in terms of it just being a fun movie. It does have Amber Heard in it, which wasn't. I was sort of hoping she should be fired from it by now, but I guess don't know why they didn't fire. I mean, they fired Johnny Depp from freaking everything for doing nothing except from being beat up by his wife, and I'm not even going into that because that was one thing I was just following all the news on one point. But I think that was all really big worthwhile things. There was Catwoman movie, which I was really looking forward to seeing. I thought the voice acting looked good, the animation looked good, the story and writing seems the tone felt a bit weird to me. It's sort of a partnership with Batwoman or Batgirl, Batwoman. I don't know. The Gotham Knights game that looked pretty good. It looked better than the Suicide Squad game, that's for sure. Completely forgot about that already because it was extremely unmemorable. It looks. I can't believe people were saying it's supposed to be in the same universe as the Arkham games because it definitely doesn't look like it is from the Arkham games. The only similar design is Penguin, who was in the trailer, except from a bit longer hair. But Harley Quinn looks nothing like the one from the Arkham games. You cannot get this sort of face out of the Harley Quinn we have in the trailer. It's a completely different face, a completely different look of Harley Quinn. They should just not connect it to the Arkham games. I don't know why they said that. They should just avoid it like they're doing with. I mean, even Gotham Knights looks like it's more connected to Arkham games, and it's supposed to not be. I'm happy it's not. I'm happy. I wish they were just both their own thing. I wish they left the Arkham games alone until they did something more in that series. Anything more? I mean, they could do a Superman game that's connected and just be a bit dark. Sort of a dark Superman game or anything like that really for me. Just don't mess with those games. I really wanted another Arkham game, so yeah, that's why I was disappointed with Gotham Knights when I first saw it last year. But now I saw it this time, I'm starting to think, okay, this is not what the game I wanted, but this is a pretty nice game. It looks pretty good. I'm gonna give this a try, and it may not be what I wanted, but it's definitely something interesting and something, even though I don't like the designs of the characters at all, especially in the Suicide Squad game, don't like the designs, they're ugly as hell. I really hope they have different cosmetics, because that game, all the designs of that game so far just have not interested me, especially Harley Quinn. What the hell did they do with Harley Quinn? Some people haven't even spoke about it when I've seen people talking about that trailer, but it just looks so wrong to me. All the characters in that just look washed out and weird, not unique at all, like the Arkham games, where Harley Quinn definitely was a very interesting looking character. With a lot of cool designs, and a lot of people going, "Oh, it's less sexualized now," and that's the point. I mean, but she doesn't look like the same character. It's fine unless it's like what they did with Loaded Bunny. It's fine unless sexualizing the character, but it doesn't mean you have to change up her look completely. Like, yeah, it's just a lot of people think. I don't think this is what they're really doing with the Suicide Squad, but for that Loaded Bunny thing, it was like, I don't think I should really go into that. But my thought was always on it was reducing the breast size doesn't mean it is less sexualized. It's just the way she will act and the way she dresses is sort of the main thing to do that. It's not. I don't think they were sending a very good message across with that. Across with a lot of the superheroes and female superheroes mainly, they've redesigned when all the male superheroes still look like freaking Greek gods, which I don't know. That's sort of the sexualization of male characters there. But anyway, I'm not going to go into it. Maybe that'll be for another video, maybe. But yeah, overall, I think I should stop the video here because it's already gone 16 minutes. I was expecting to make it like 5 minutes. Batman trailer, freaking awesome. Looks absolutely amazing. I'm so excited for that. Really, I can't even express how crazy excited I am. That amazing Batman design. Pretty good voice. There was one part in that trailer when he was like talking to Riddler across a piece of glass, and that his voice sounded a bit weird there, but otherwise it just, everything about that, I'm so looking forward to it. So I really am looking forward to that. I think it's going to be really cool in the end. Overall, it's just going to be such a great movie that I'm really looking forward to. It better pay off or I'm going to be pissed. Also Black Adam, he looks, that bit where he like crushed the guy's skull and it turned to like bone and then sort of disintegrated. That looks dark. That looks awesome. I don't know whether it will be R-rated, but same with Batman. Better both be R-rated. I beg, please, Batman be R-rated. I beg. Or for me, 15 in UK. Yeah, it better be just because I want them to, not because a 12 movie is bad, because of course Dark Knight was, but in terms of what they can do in the movie, apparently, I mean, look, the test screen has said it is a very dark sort of horror movie, sort of has horror movie sort of elements, so that's a bit. They're also making Lego sets on it, which usually means it's a 12, so I'm hoping that's just maybe something they didn't sort out. Maybe they didn't sort out the age rating before they made those sets, or before they got a license and stuff, so I'm not sure what's going on there, but I'm just hoping for these movies that they're going to be the best movies they can be, and they can do whatever they want. Rest of the stuff in the whole show, there's some stuff that interests me, sometimes that didn't. I'm not going to go over it now, because this video's got incredibly long, 18 minutes, Jesus. So that's the end of the video, really. I do love this figure. I'm just going to say that real quick. If you want this figure, you should definitely get it. I won't do a review on it right away, because, of course, I haven't done a review on all the other figures I've unpacked in the last few months. Especially DC ones, because I've gone into a DC Direct buying craze. Anyway guys, I think that's it. Thank you for watching. You tell me what you liked about DC fandom in the bottom. What was your favourite thing in DC fandom? Tell me what you think of me doing a video like this, where I'm just talking to the camera and you can see my spots, and I'm not just talking to anything else like that. It's a bad camera, and it's probably bad quality because it's on my iPhone 6 and I haven't upgraded it yet. But yeah, anyway guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.